YouTube, what's going on? Two-Tone Sports here. Crazy day one of free agency. So here we're going to be going through the roster moves by team. Included in this is going to be who has been released, who has been franchise tagged, who has been re-signed, and then at the tail end of this video, we are going to go through the remaining players by position. All right? So before we get into this one, wow, that sounded really good out of my stomach. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Showing love is free on YouTube. That being said, let's check this free agency day one and how this affects the future of these teams. All right, guys, to start this one out, we are going to start with the Arizona Cardinals. They released two players. If you don't know who Chosen Anderson is, formerly known as Robbie Anderson, he changed his name. Going down to the Atlanta Falcons, who I think honestly they've done a pretty good job so far. They did a pretty good job so far. They re-signed Lorenzo Carter. They got Jonnu Smith in a trade. I believe it was like a 7th round pick. You know, I think it's pretty good to go in and pair him with Kyle Pitts. They re-signed their guard, 5 years, $105 million. That is a deal. We're coming up on one of the bigger names in this free agency. All right, not David, but they signed defensive interior David Onimata. I know I probably butchered his name. And they re-signed their punter, $3 million, $8.6 million. Don't forget about the special team guys. They need some love. The big day one signing, one of the bigger ones, safety, Jesse Bates. 4 years, $64 million. I want to say they made him, I know he's top 5 in money for safeties. But listen, this guy is a baller. Jesse Bates is an absolute baller. Huge start to the Falcons offseason. Huge start to the Falcons free agency. Jesse Bates is awesome. Moving down to the Ravens, franchise tagged Lamar Jackson. The big thing to pay attention to here, non-exclusive. Okay? Meaning they're going to have to offer 2 first-round picks, and the Ravens have the opportunity to match. Okay, they released Calais Campbell today. He has now he's in free agency. Moving on to the Buffalo Bills. Big one here. They re-signed Matt Milano. Don't know the deal yet. They got another linebacker, Tyler. Not too sure on the deal yet. They re-signed their punter. Big one, signed a guard, Sam McGovern, 3 years, $23 million. And they re-signed their safety. If you don't know, they also have Jordan Poyer up hitting free agency. It's a big one, so you might as well go and re-sign your safety, Cameron Lewis. They're going to need the depth there, so it's pretty good. Going on to the Panthers. Okay, they released Damian Wilson. They signed Shai Tuttle, defensive interior. I think this is a huge move. 3 years, 19.5. He's good. I don't think people are giving him enough respect. He's good, and honestly, that defensive line is starting to look good, and they got Von Bell. So, something to note here. Von Bell and Jesse Bates, both not a Bengal anymore. We got some huge news with the Bears, all right? They re-signed their fullback. Got to give the big boys some love. Love fullbacks. They're the grit of NFL teams. Love them. Got DJ Moore in trading the first-round pick. Love that for them. Their GM, I believe, came out and said it's like them getting another first-round pick. So they traded back, and they got their wide receiver 1. They got TJ Edwards from the Eagles. 3 years, $19.5 million. Love this signing for the Bears. They got rid of Roquan. TJ Edwards is going to come in at a much lesser price, and this is a hell of a signing for them. All right, now we're moving down to Nate Davis, guard. They needed to fix that offensive line. This is a great start. Nate Davis, 3 years. I don't know what the price is. I can look that up in a second here. I think he got actually a pretty decent contract, to be honest. 3-year deal. I don't see the numbers yet. But they also got Tremaine Edmonds. Okay? 4 years, $72 million. The dude is a dog from Buffalo. He is awesome. So, in the last 3 days for the Bears, they got DJ Moore, Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, Nate Davis, 2024 first-round pick, 2023 second-round pick, 2025 second-round pick, and there's still more work to be done. They have so much cap space left. Crazy. If you're a Bears fan, man, it hasn't looked this promising in a while. Good for you guys. Bengals. They re-signed a safety. They had to. They lost Bell and Bates. Okay, and they re-signed Jermaine Pat. 3 years, $21 million. Would have $3 million would have been nice. Browns. They signed Ogbonia. I'm not going to even butcher his last name. 3 years, $22 million. I think this is a big move for the Browns. Because if I'm not mistaken, Jadeveon Clowney is no longer there. Exactly. So, and they got an offensive lineman. Listen, I'm going to sit here before I go farther down this list. Offensive lineman, whether you signed them, re-signed them, huge. You can never have enough depth. Dallas, staying quiet right now. Franchise tag Tony Pollard. The news that I've been reading, they are in talks with Bobby Wagner, and they are in talks with Odell Beckham Jr. Could be something developing out of there. Broncos made some pretty good moves. I got to be honest. As a Chargers fan, the Broncos made some good moves, all right? They released one of their guards. They released running back Chase Edmonds. They weren't really using him. And they released corner Ronald Darby. Sorry. They made an upgrade at guard. Ben Powers, 4 years, $52 million. They get Jared Stidham from the Raiders. 2 years, $10 million. Good backup. Kind of similar play style to Russell Wilson in my eyes. And the massive signing of Mike McGlinchey. Jesus, I can't talk today. 5 years, $87.5 million. 5 years, $87.5 million for your tackle from the 49ers. Let Russ cook. The only way Russ is going to cook is if he has more time. There's news coming out of the Broncos as well. Possible trade of Sutton, Judy. Their wide receivers are open to be traded. Now we're going down to the Lions. Let me say this. I want to see Jamal Williams' name on this, but not. They re-signed their defensive interior. They re-signed Craig Reynolds. They got Cameron Sutton, corner, which they needed help. This is a great signing from the Steelers. Great signing. Love this signing for the Lions. Could affect some moves in the draft now. All right? We're going to be making a mock draft here soon. I kind of want to let the free agency maybe calm down after 2-3 days. We'll see. All right? And they re-signed Alex Anzalone. Big signing as well. 3 years, $18.75 million. I think that's a decent contract. It's pretty good. Yeah. We obviously know the big news coming from Green Bay. The reports are the deal has been done for Rodgers. It's not confirmed yet. We all know how Rodgers works with the media. We all know how Rodgers likes to play around with the NFL. But they re-signed their cornerback Nixon. 1 year, $6 million. That's really good. They needed depth. Now, look at this list. Come on, Houston. Sitting with the second pick in the NFL draft. They got Robert Woods. 2 years, $15.2 million, $10 million guaranteed. They re-signed their safety. Okay. They got Andrew Beck, fullback / tight end. They got Chase on a 1-year deal, 2.75. Case Keenum as the backup. That's a smart move. You're going to have a young QB coming in. You got a guy, 2 years, $6.25 million. Genius move. I like that move. Mike Boone, that's to throw it up in the air. I mean, that's a depth. And you got Hassan Ridgeway. Nothing wrong with defensive interior. 1 year, $4 million. I like this. These are all, in my eyes, building blocks for a franchise. A lot of depth here. Robert Woods is a starter. A lot of depth here. This bringing Case Keenum to develop a young QB. MJ Stewart re-signing one of your guys. This is a good start for the Texans. Colts, you boys are sitting stagnant. Re-signed edge Tyquan Lewis. You sign anybody to under a 5-year deal for depth. I like it. Boom. Jacksonville Jaguars. CJ, 2 years, $4.5 million. QB depth. 2 years, $2.25 a year. Can't beat it. Evan Ingram, franchise tagged him 1 year. You're going to give him $11.3 million. Honestly, I really thought Evan Ingram would have been walking because he would have been expensive. But, I mean, hey, you can't deny what him and Trevor Lawrence had last year. Okay. Roy Robertson Harris. I'm guessing that's supposed to say 3 years, not their years. $30 million. And they released Shaquille Griffin. Kansas City Chiefs. Big name on this list. Frank Clark. You still got, I believe, Orlando Brown. I think Juju. But big thing is they replaced Orlando. Jawan Taylor, 4 years, $80 million. That's heavy. That is heavy. But massive hole. They needed to replace it. Vegas Raiders, Amir Abdullah, 1 year, under $2 million. That's a hell of a signing. You franchise tag Josh Jacobs. Now you don't have to worry. Josh Jacobs comes back, non-exclusive, 1 year deal. You don't have to worry about that running back position. You got depth. The biggest, in my eyes, biggest free agent signing of today. Jimmy G, 3-year deal to the Raiders, $67.5 million. They got their QB of the future. Honestly, a lot of people view him under Derek Carr. I'm going to view him on the same level as Derek Carr. I know Derek Carr's pretty good. I know you Raiders fans love Derek, and you guys give him all respect. Jimmy Garoppolo coming in at this price, if he can stay healthy, man, if he can stay healthy, this is a hell of a move. This is a good move. Raiders fans, man, don't downplay this signing. This is good. You guys got a solid offense. Build the line. Build the line now. Los Angeles Chargers also coming out with huge news. That was a blindside. I'm going to make a video about this, so maybe not. I'm going to talk about it a little here, actually. No, it's not re-signing Easton Stick. Running back, superstar, fantasy football machine, touchdown machine, Austin Ekler has got permission to seek trades. He has 1 more year left on his deal. I want to say the Chargers own like maybe around $6.5 million this year. If you don't know, the Chargers restructured Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Khalil Mack, and Joey Bosa I want to say all within the past 4 or 5 days, giving them a lot of guaranteed money. The Chargers are clearly going all in. Austin Ekler, his contract talks have stalled, which has come to this point. Austin Ekler has got permission to seek trades as a Chargers fan. This kills. This kills. I remember watching Melvin Gordon be the starting running back with Ekler behind him, and I always vouched for this guy. The team was always better with Ekler out there. This hurts to see. Moving on to the Rams, Hunter Long, tight end, acquired in the trade. We're going to get to the trade in a second because it is the team below it. They released Leonard Floyd as a cap casualty. Massive news this offseason. Miami Dolphins get Jalen Ramsey for a third-round pick and Hunter Long. And Ramsey got a hell of a contract. He got a lot of money paid to him, and guess what? Those Florida taxes are looking pretty. They released the tight end, Carter, and they signed a sneaky little signing there. Mike White, 2 years, $16 million. A pretty good Tua backup, to be honest with you. I like that. Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings. Released some big names, kind of. I think this is kind of going a little under the radar. Released Adam Thielen. Released Eric Kendricks. Released Cameron Dantzler. They signed tight end Josh Oliver. 3 years, $21 million. These top two names right here are going to be picked up and make a difference on another team. I promise you that. Vikings fan, man, I know these top two hurt. You got to root for these guys. As football fans, you got to root for these guys. They just deserve nothing but respect and success, to be honest with you. Patriots. They re-signed their guard. They released their punter. Big name here, re-signed Jonathan Jones. 2 years, $20 million. By the way, this is a hell of a signing. You got a depth guard piece. 1 year, $1.16 million. That's pretty good. That's a hell of a negotiations. Jonathan Jones here, big name for the Patriots. Moving to the big Saints, baby. Derek Carr, 4 years, $150 million. Okay? Raiders fans, let me put this in perspective for you. Garoppolo, 3 years, $67.5. Saints, 4 years, $150. This is a move. This is the Raiders. You guys had a franchise-friendly move is what I'm going to call it. That's a good signing for the Raiders. Saints, it's another good signing. It's a gaping hole. I think Juwan Jones coming back for 2 years, $12 million. He's a big boy. That's a great, great signing. You got their edge re-signed, and you got your safety re-signed. I don't know where they keep finding this cap, but it's good. All right. Moving on to the New York Giants, the big news, the two big names going into your offseason that everybody questioned. You guys got Daniel Jones, 4 years, $160 million, with $35 million more in incentives. Franchise tag Saquon Barkley. He's getting 1 year, $10 million. You re-signed your wide receiver Sterling Shepard, 1 year, $1.3 million. That price, you gotta bring him back. You re-signed your linebacker. You re-signed the Swedish Hammer, 2 years, $4 million. You got your long snapper, and you signed a defensive interior, which you needed. Great start to your offseason. You got the big pieces. The reason I'm saying great, the two guys you had in question majorly for this team, Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, are returning. You guys still have a little bit of cap to work with. And you re-signed Sterling Shepard. You need a receiver, you bring him back a familiar face. Good for you guys. Moving on to the Jets. Let me tell you something. Nobody gives a crap. No Jets fan gives a crap on what's on this list. Yeah, Quincy Williams, nice signing. No Jets fan gives a crap about what's on this list if his name doesn't start with an A and end with Rodgers. They want to see Aaron Rodgers in green, playing at MetLife. Give them what they want. The reports are the deal is done. The deal is done. It's waiting on Rodgers, apparently. Trey Wingo said today that that's done, too. We didn't hear it officially. So, Jets fans, I think you're going to get it done. I really do. I think you're going to get it done. I'm from New Jersey. I will be going to a game. I love Aaron Rodgers. All right, now we got the Philadelphia Eagles re-signing Brandon Graham. It's a big signing. You guys, Darius Slay's allowed to go seek a trade. James Bradbury's up. He's in the free agency. You released your center. Big news here that's not on this list. Jason Kelce is returning for another year. Huge news for you guys. And also, honestly, funny dude, straight up dude. He's awesome. Jason Kelce is awesome. Pittsburgh Steelers, a little weird here. You release William Jackson, and you get Patrick Peterson, who in my eyes kind of had a down year. I think Peterson had a little bit of a down year, and this is kind of a downgrade, but I get it because you're kind of signing Pat Pete for a little bit of a little bit of a financial savings there. So, another awesome day. Awesome day for 49ers. All right, yeah, you re-signed your safety. You re-signed the long snapper. You got Javon Hargrave on a defensive line that was disgusting already last year. This is going to be by far the best defensive line in the league. You resigned another defensive interior. You got Hargrave for 4 year, $80 million. You're going all in to try to get you that Super Bowl. Not only that, you did the smart move. You lost Garoppolo. So your QB is looking like Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, Sam Darnold for a 1 year deal. Because guess what? You make that playoff appearance again. You got injuries. Sam Darnold probably could have won you that game. I'm going to say it. Sam Darnold probably could have won you that game. Getting to the bottom of the list here, Seattle resigns Geno Smith. That's a huge signing. 3 years, $75 million. Max value 105, probably with incentives. Big signing. Released your offensive guard, Gabe Jackson. Tampa resigned Jamel Dean. Released Donovan Smith. Titans are just releasing Ben Jones, Bud Dupree. Commanders are making some splash here too. Resigned Deron Payne, 4 years, $90 million. If you're a Commanders fan, that's huge news for you guys. You resigned your linebacker. You resigned your corner. You signed the Giants offensive lineman Nick Gates and Andrew Wiley. These are big. These are underrated signings. Now, guys, I promise you, we're gonna scroll up here. All right. We're going to go big names by position. What do we still have out there? Where do I think they could go? I'm not going to tell you where everybody should go. But Jacoby Brissett, you got Baker. Apparently Baker has been linked to the Bucks. You got Teddy B, Gardner Minshew, Marcus Mariota, Andy Dalton, Taylor Heineke. Okay. These guys, realistically, besides Baker, if Baker goes to the Bucks, he could be the starter. To be honest, I think Jacoby Brissett could also be a starter in this league. And let's be honest, if you have Minshew Mania, he could take you to a Super Bowl. Now, Minshew Mania, Gardner Minshew is an awesome dude. I mean, come on. You got to love the memes. But all these other guys, they're going to go at quality backups somewhere. Moving on to the RBs, let's Miles Sanders. Honestly, I can see Miles Sanders going to the Bills. Sad to say, I can honestly see Austin Eckler going to the Bills too. I can see Eckler going to the Bills. Hurts. David Montgomery. Jamal Williams is, I think, I just don't see why he doesn't return there. Big news for the Vikings too. Apparently, they're looking for some trades for Dalvin Cook. And they want to re-sign Alexander Mattison. So, there's that. Donta Foreman, Kareem Hunt is a big name on this list. You got Damian Harris. You got Jerry McKinnon, Jeff Wilson Jr. He still got it, too. Rashad Penny, man. He looked good. He looked good before Kenneth Walker. I know he got hurt, but come on. Alexander Mattison, I think he probably returns. You got Raheem Mostert and Samaje Perine. Majority of these guys, besides like Jamal Williams, Miles Sanders, I can even go as far as saying Kareem Hunt and Mattison will all be depth pieces. All the other guys have a good chance of being a starter somewhere. Here's the big ones. Didn't Michael Thomas... Hold up. I'm pretty sure I heard Michael Thomas. I thought Michael Thomas got an extension, but it's fine. Jacoby Myers, I read today that two teams are fighting over him as well. That's where is it? Apparently, the reported value for Jacoby Myers is not good news for the Patriots. They're not going to pay him that. Juju, I think Juju's trying to return to the Chiefs. Odell apparently wants like $20 million a year. Reportedly in talks with the Cowboys, the Ravens, and the Giants. And I want to say the Bills. Man, would that be crazy if he went to the Bills. Michael Thomas, I want to say they're close to an extension with him. DJ Shark is cool. I could see Adam Thielen going back to the Bills. And honestly, working with Diggs again. I can see Thielen and Diggs on the Bills. You got Aaron Lazard, which would be weird not seeing him in Green Bay. Paris Campbell. Mecole Hardman is an underrated dude, too. You got to watch. He could get a bag. For some reason, he could get a bag. Darius Slayton also is another good underrated signing if somebody picks him up. Jarvis is getting up there. Same thing with Julio. This guy's going to be a depth piece. Marvin Jones, Randall Cobb, Nelson Aguilar. I forgot about him. A lot of depth pieces on these, but a lot of big names still. You still got Michael Thomas, Odell, Thielen. I think Mecole Hardman can make a pretty good impact. Jacoby Myers, Juju. A lot of big name guys still here. So, a lot to watch. Tight end position's pretty cool. You got to watch, though. The draft is deep with the tight end position. Big name here, Dalton Schultz. Mike Gesicki wasn't really used for the Dolphins last year. Hayden Hurst, Austin Hooper, Foster Moreau, Irv Smith, Robert Tonyan, the aging wonder, Mercedes Lewis. This is probably the biggest, or at least one of the biggest names left in free agency. Orlando Brown Jr. is going to get a ridiculous year. Look at this. You see this. Jawan Taylor got 4 years, $80 million. Mike Miglinski. Jesus Christ, I can't say his name. signed with the Broncos, 5 years, 87. You're going to see Orlando Brown hit at least 95. He's on the next level. I think he's going to get 95. It's going to be crazy. All right, all these guys. Taylor Lewan, another big name here. This is also crazy. Dallas Cowboys, just got it on my phone, are restructuring Michael Gallup's contract, creating $7 million in cap room. What are they opening up for? Cam Fleming here. You got Trey Pipkins, Billy Turner, Isaiah Wynn. I mean, there's some good offensive tackles here. There really is. There's some starters, offensive tackles here left. This is the big boy, Orlando Brown. All right, in the center, Connor McGovern is going to be pretty good. And these rest of these guys could be the piece that your team needs. This Dalton Risner is somebody on my radar. You got Ben Powers already off. Nick Gates signed 3 years. He got 3 years. This dude has been through 7 surgeries. That's crazy. Justin Pugh, Andre Dillard. I mean, we're talking some serious names. Moving into the interior defensive line. All right. Look how deep this list is. All right, you got Dalvin Tomlinson, DeMont Jones. Who you got? Sheldon Rankins, Morgan Fox, Jerron Reed, Fletcher Cox. Akeem Hicks could be somebody to watch here too. Jerry Tillery. I could tell you where he's not going to go, and that's going to be the Chargers. Shai Tuttle, he signed. I mean, look at this. These top 2 contracts are crazy. 4 years, 80 mil. 4 years, 90 mil. I mean, let's be honest. They both deserve it. They're absolute killers at their position. Really want to know what Dalvin Tomlinson will get. Really want to know. Morgan Fox is another depth piece. I hope the Chargers re-sign. He looked good last year. So let's be honest. Somebody's probably going to overpay for Clowney. Dante Fowler is another good name on this list. Bud Dupree just couldn't produce. Kyle Van Noy, another ageless wonder. Melvin Ingram. Could he make a little return to the Chargers? Who knows? Leonard Floyd's another good here. Yannick Ngakoue, Arden Key, Robert Quinn. There's some big names. Shaq Lawson, forgot about him. There's some big names here. Carlos Dunlap. Big names here that can really fill in that position on another team. Bring in some veteran wisdom, honestly, as well. Linebacker. I'm going to say I think Bobby Wagner goes to the Cowboys. You got Levante David, Leighton Vander Esch. I didn't even realize he was up. Drew Tranquil, Kaiser White. You got 2 ex-Chargers here. 3 ex-Chargers. Denzel Perryman, Kaiser White, Drew Tranquil. Just goes to show they don't value that position. Why when their run defense is terrible, but whatever. Devin Bush, Rashawn Evans, Eric Kendricks. I mean, these are big, or at least used to be big names. Levante David's probably going to get paid by somebody. Bobby Wagner's probably going to be overpaid. Let's see, what do we got down here? James Bradbury's going to absolutely get a bag. He had a year last year with the Eagles. He was a big Eli Apple. Let's be honest. Could be a good signing. Don't want to overpay him. Got Byron Murphy. Rocky Sin is still out there too. Forgot about that boy. Bryce Callahan played a hell of a slot corner for the Chargers last year. Moving on to safety. The big name, one of the bigger names left. Jordan Poyer, C.J. Gardner Johnson, Jimmy Ward, Julian Love. Like, come on, there's some names here. John Johnson, apparently linked with the Chargers. You got Nasir Adderley, Mike Edwards, Terrell Edmonds. There's a lot of names left on this list, guys. So please keep focusing on this. If your team did not make the signings you want, there could be a lot more financially friendly signings here that'll be much more worth it. And honestly, you're just smarter for your team. So Guys, this is the 2023 NFL Free Agency Tracker. Cuts, trades, signings, all 32 teams. We went over who is still available, what your team did. Let me know down in the comment section what you want your team to do, what you think is the best available. Let me know, guys. All right. Once again, Two Tone Sports here. Please leave a comment down below on what you want to see your team to do. Thank you guys for watching.